Oh, hello, my people. I hope you're all doing fine and that you are okay wherever you are. So, I had this wild thought, and it's actually about a certain hashtag that has been trending here on TikTok. That is hashtag useless things I got my baby. So, we have really jumped into this trend, most of us, especially those that have the scores, we that have the scores to settle, maybe with their baby daddies, that are maybe deadbeat and are not taking part of the baby's life and everything else. And, you know, um, the daughters of Zion are mad about it and everything else. So I'm thinking maybe actually something, maybe actually somebody was very hurt by this. So I can decide, let me actually start this hashtag. But then most of us have really jumped into it. The worst thing about it, I wish we would just post pictures and not our babies. Do you know why? Because this is actually one of the trends that will raise a very, very toxic generation in our kids, because now this is like a trauma we are looking for our kids. I've seen the trend. Actually, I've seen a lot of pictures of very beautiful babies, very cute babies wenye wamewekwa under that hashtag, alafu wanaonyeshanwa na the daddies are the useless things. Oh my god, first things first, your baby daddy is not a useless thing. You see, whatever happens, even if it is maybe some relationship and then you get an unwanted pregnancy, some of these things, when you just choose to see it in the other light, you choose to see it in the positive light, it will actually work for you. Usione ile ya asa nimepata sikuwa nimepanga, I hadn't planned about this is going to, not settle well with my life, maybe not settle well with my parent, maybe not settle well with my schooling, and even those of us that are working and everything else, trying to find the balance. You try to think about it as an inconvenience, and it will so become an inconvenience because whatever we find in our mind, whatever we have or feed in our thoughts, that's what actually rules our lives, because our minds are so big. But in the other hand, or like on the other hand, if you choose to see it in a positive light, God will always help you out, you get. And sometimes you'll even get some positive way of actually dealing with it. Maybe even trying to sit down the guy responsible, you just decide to let him know that you cannot be able to do this without, without maybe his support, or like even without having him, being in your child's life. I know this is not this might not set already a lot of people who have contrary opinion, and it's okay. We all have, different approaches to things, because most of us, maybe that's the way we deal with our, such scenarios and everything else. But you see, let me tell you one thing, that baby is very innocent, my sister. That baby is very innocent. Whether the dad is deadbeat, whether the dad is there to provide, whether the dad, something bad happened to you two and you left each other, maybe it was a bitter breakup, maybe it was just chaotic, maybe it was a marriage that did not work, that baby is innocent. You get. Don't try to raise the trauma in your kids. These kids, one of these fine days, it's generation alpha. Like, they're getting phones when they are very young, and you see, internet doesn't forget. And even if you delete the pictures or like the reels or like the videos from your TikTok, from your social media elsewhere, from your Facebook, Instagram, or anywhere else that you had posted at that time, even if you put like you pull them down, there's somebody who has created a reel of a whole thing. They have gotten the whole combo of the videos and they have posted them somewhere else. So in one way or another, these kids are going to find and jump into this. And maybe that time they'll ask you about this thing, and these kids nowadays are not like our time. Our time, we wouldn't sit down with our mothers and ask them, mom, what happened to my dad? Mom, uh how did we get here? Like, what's happening to your life? You could not, in our time we couldn't have that privilege. Maybe some of you guys had that privilege, especially the ones in this generation, Gen Z. They sit you down and talk about it. So imagine Gen Alpha, those ones, they will confront issues firsthand. I have a 7-year-old baby, and I tell you the truth, she sits me down and some things she asks me, I'm like, baby, do you realize I'm your mother? You're asking me that question? And I'm like, they demand answers and they want answers. So can you imagine that time? Maybe there's that child that will not even have an opportunity to ask you, but then they get to bump on this kind of video, and maybe that time you have, created, good boundaries, or like you have a working relationship, not really necessarily a love relationship, but maybe you have a good or better co-parenting relationship with the dad, na maybe wametafuta wazazi wao, they know their dads and everything, because right now it's not easy to just sit up with information, it will still come out, you get. So what if that time, how will that kid take it? Girls, I know, my ladies, mi nawapenda sana, by the way, and I acknowledge every struggle, especially single mothers, those who are single mothers and maybe are taking the both roles for their kids for one reason or another, you get. um I really love you so much, and I really want to extend a lot of love to you. But kindly, take care of your kids, love your kids, think about their future. These are not the things that you want your kids to see in the future. Don't do that. Don't try to, like, make them struggle with their identity, because the fathers, are still going to be part of them in one way or another. You know, I'll tell you a story about my life one time, but I'm not able to share it right now. It's not a very bad one. It's actually a good one, but it's the same issue with daddy issues and everything else, you get. But then sasa, you have to get to a point in life and I'm not going to give the same to my kid, you get. I'm not going to want my kid to see that I'm parading the dad as the useless thing, especially useless thing. Bana, afadhali hata mngewaita jina ingine. I wish you guys called them another thing. I wish that hashtag was running on another kind of like lighter later thing. But I know, you see, right now, the world that we are living in right now, people are confronting issues fast hand. Like huku, so nowadays hakuna kufilter anything. We like say it as it is, and I know all that. But I saw, under that hashtag, there's a lot of beautiful babies there. I don't want those babies to have traumas when they grow up. We are not supposed to transfer maybe whatever happened to us to our kids. Actually, kids don't want just a healthy mother and a healthy, kids don't want just a mother and a father. They want to have a healthy mother and a healthy father. So, like, and this healthy is not only for the physical health. They need a spiritually healthy mom. They need a mentally, stable mom or dad. Like, they need us in a good stature. So that means whatever issues we have to confront them with ourselves first, and so that we can be able to give them, or like lay a good foundation for them, because some of these things they really don't deserve. It's life. Sometimes it throws you off guard. Sometimes it's throw things at you that you're not, like, comfortable with. But it's life. What happens? We cannot take it on upon generations. We have to cut this, become healthy people, or like healthy, healthy parents to our kids. You know, if they're not going to, most of the time, I've learned that in my parenting journey, I've learned that kids don't necessarily learn from what you tell them to do. Most of the time, they do the things they see you do, and they will actually hold you accountable on that. They'll tell you, you tell me to do this, let you do the other thing, and you expect me to actually do this. Just because you tell me not to, I want to follow on your actions. So let us be that generation that loves the kids. And sometimes it's better to deal with things in a different manner. Sometimes it is just, need to pursue peace. May God enable all single mothers, out there, struggling to raise their kids, and even those people that are in co-parenting relationships, and even those people that are actually in working marriages. It's a whole scope of things. Let us bring up the kids in a very nice way. Me, I want to see, I always pray to God so that our kids that are coming up, they become healthy people. They don't indulge in a lot of toxicity. We get to heal so that we can transfer healing onto them. And it's a wrap. I just had that to say. So bye bye. Until next time, I love you so much. Have a wonderful time. Bye.